Hello everybody, today is Friday, July 10th, and I just want to update on our project homestead my wife and I are working on. It's been at least a few days since I recorded last time, so first thing I'm going to do is head out to the backyard because there's something I want to show everyone. So right now in Tucson, Arizona, it is extremely hot out. It's like 11 o'clock here and it's already over 100 degrees. See out here, it's nice and sunny, but this is the time of year where it just gets brutal. So initially in one of the videos I had touched on how I like to use recycled wood like pallets to make structures. And here in my backyard, almost everything in my garden has been made with pallets as the base that I pick up from construction sites. And in the back there, I have a nice pallet wall for chickens, and they're secured there to the block wall. And I just put some 2x4s over top with the aviary net anyways, so I already talked about that, but there's something else I want to show everybody. So here I am in the backyard, and as you can see, I have some projects going on here. Did some basic framing with 2x6s and 2x4s, and I'm going to be building a structure. Now I'm not going to tell you what the structure is yet, but I'm sure some of you can already guess. But what I really want to talk about is, where do I get the materials for these structures? See all this wood here? See these? These are 6 foot by about 4 foot each. Same with the walls. And all this wood here. These are some big beams, 2x4s. More 2x4s, 2x6s. A stack of sheathing, at least 2.5 to 3 sheets worth over here. And I got all this stuff for absolutely nothing, aside from a little bit of sweat equity. Now, in my neighborhood, if you drive down the street just a couple miles, there are construction sites where they're doing housing developments, and they've been doing this for years here, but recently I decided that I wanted to do some projects around the house, so I just, I would go there and go to the dumpsters and just pick up some wood and, just get a 2x4 here and there that they would throw out. And they just throw out so much stuff, as you can see here. This is all free. This is, I just had to go after about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night when it cools down and everybody's gone. I just go to these housing developments, these areas, and I don't pick up any wood that's on the ground or by the houses themselves. I definitely don't do something like that, but if it's in a dumpster and it's going to a dump, I absolutely will take them out of the dumpster when I see giant pieces of wood just hanging out that there's really not much wrong with. Some of them do have cracks, some of them do have bends, but truthfully, a lot of these I would cut down anyways for dimensional lumber for whatever project I'm doing. And so a good portion of the wood is still good. So, I could have an 8-foot board, and, maybe if I bought an 8-foot board from Home Depot or Lowe's, I would probably be cutting that board down, say 2-foot sections anyways. So, why go there and spend $6 to $8 for a 2x6 when all I have to do is take a drive down a few miles and I'll find some wood here that I'll have to cut out some areas, and there's some cracks in it and etc., and it's not perfect, some of it's bowed, but you know, for the time, it doesn't take much. I have a nice saw over here that is good for this kind of thing. It's radial arm saw, and I just put all the wood up there and I just cut it down dimensionally. And as you see here, I made some nice frames here for a nice base for my structure, and I'm gonna need a lot more of these, so I'm definitely gonna have to go to the store and buy some wood. There's no way around that, other materials, but honestly I don't think I'm gonna have to buy that much. And it's just crazy to me that this is what we do in America. You know, we just throw away things. You know, I understand it from their side as a contractor. I was a contractor at one point doing something a little different, but there is a lot of waste involved when you're doing projects. And, you know, especially for people building homes, they're very strict and rigid on, you know, the permits and making sure that everything's up to code. So, you know, if a wood has a flaw in it, they can't use it. It's just that simple. And you know, these guys don't really care. You know, they're on a time frame, and they just, if the wood's not good, they just throw it out. They don't think twice about it. So that's why all this wood gets thrown out, and you know, it's a shame, definitely. And you know, I know they'd say, yeah, they take it to the landfills and they recycle it, whatever, but honestly, this is just way better recycling than what they would be doing with it. You know, its ultimate purpose when you buy it is to use it for structures, and that's what I'm going to use it for. You know, all this plywood or this sheathing here, I mean, geez, I mean, there's all kinds of wood here, and like I said, it's all free. You know, so you do have to buy some tools. You have to, you know, definitely have the tools or buy tools. I recommend getting a air compressor. You're going to need a framing nailer, a good saw, and you know, you need a couple other tools for sure. The more the better, honestly. But you know, if you just have those few things, you can get a good start on a project like this, you know, and you just get yourself a good cordless drill, and man, you could make yourself a really nice tool shed or whatever, you know, out of this type of wood, you know. And you can just go online and you can look up basic framing code and, you know, try to do everything, you know, within the codes, you know. I do try to space these out 16 inches, and you know, just the common sense stuff, you know, so structurally it's safe. But other than that, you know, you could definitely cut some corners if you're just building it for something like a tool shed or something. So anyways, this is what I wanted to show. Garden's still kicking here. I don't really like this camera. It's on an iPad, but I'm gonna get a GoPro eventually. But my garden's still kicking here. It's in Tucson. You know, it's over 100 degrees here, and it's 11 o'clock in the morning. I dread coming outside here in the middle of the daytime, but I was so excited to show everybody my foraging efforts here in the dumpsters. And yes, I'm dumpster diving, and I'm proud of it. So I'm getting free materials, and I'm laughing my way to the bank. So have a good weekend, and hopefully I'll have more videos up.